8th grade English pre-AP, take 3. Hello, I'm Scott DuPuy, and this is my grandma, and this is the interview for Miss Compton. Grandma, tell us a little bit about how you became a public servant in the community.
Well, that's an interesting story. I started out actually, I was involved in the chamber. I was chair of the chamber in 2000, and then was very involved in the Waco Business League. And during that time, we started talking about how some of the community need to have a vision, and I also started thinking there needs to be a business person or two on the city council. At the time, there weren't. Mm-hmm. And so I decided to run. Randy Riggs was running for mayor, and he wasn't going to have that spot that was open to me, so I ran. I didn't have an opponent and won. But then our mayor died after we were getting some really good things going. We were going to do a visioning project and really moving some things forward. And so I got out and started recruiting to try to get somebody really good to be in mayor. Then some people said to me, no, you need to step forward and do this. And so I ran. I had 4 appointments. And if you remember correctly, you remember how we would go out in the neighborhood and pass out cards
and signs.
Yes, and signs. Ask people to vote for me. But it was quite an adventure because I had no idea if I would win. But then I won, and off we went. And I learned an awful lot in the process because I'd only been in the council for 1 year.
So as mayor, what did you do for the community education-wise?
Well, originally we started out doing the visioning project because we needed to pass a bond election. But then part of that process, education was a piece of that. But still, I wasn't thinking very much about that until some people came to me, Robbie Stabenow with the Waco Foundation, and Maggie McCarthy, who was with the Rappaport Foundation, came and said, you need to work on education. At first I thought, no, I'm responsible for the city government, not necessarily education. But then they said, well, let's keep talking. We kept talking. Some people started meeting with us, and it dawned on me at a certain point, yes, a mayor could step forward and do some things about education. And so one of those meetings, somebody said, well, we've got to quit meeting and do something. And I said, well, okay, but I've got to have a plan. So we started planning, and in the process, we thought one of the first things we need to do is just bring the community together, and that's when we had our first summit. It's now been 5 years ago.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us a little bit about how you get the family together every Wednesday to enjoy ourselves and have dinner, and how you pick us up from school.
Well, one of the things I must say, when I was elected mayor and I was being sworn in, of course I had the family there. The family has always been terribly, terribly important to me. So it'd be very easy when you're mayor or doing what I'm doing now with the Education Alliance to just not have time. I thought, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put every Wednesday after school, I wanted to pick you up after school, and then we would do, go to violin or viola or whatever you were doing, and then we'd go out to eat together. And just getting together with the family, seeing you and your brother and your sister play and talk and tickle and have fun like you do, just means a lot to our family.
Yeah. Also, tell us about how we get together on the holidays and have so much fun and enjoy each other then.
We're really lucky there because we have a place in Clifton, for one thing, and we always get everybody together. We go out to Clifton, everybody brings some of the food, and like at Christmas time, everybody takes all of the presents out there. We have open presents and just have a great time. But Clifton is a wonderful place out in the country where we have our Buster, our donkey and sheep, and we, you and your brothers and sister and your cousin get to play outside, and it's just a great time to see you grow up together and be so close with each other too. I know you're big buddies with Riley, and he's off at A&M, but we know when he comes back to town, we'll be together again for Thanksgiving and Christmas, right?
Yes. That's the interview. Bye.